Blog Talk Radio.
Sequence start. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff.
And liftoff on another Tarot Today radio episode here on the Psychic Talk Radio Network. Welcome, everyone. I'm Dax Carlisle. I'm a certified life coach, tarot advisor, and numerologist coming to you live from Tucson, Arizona. And joining me, as always, is my fabulous co-host, Mary Brown. She's a certified tarot master, crystal Reiki master, and the vice president for certification for the Tarot Guild. And here she is, live from Amarillo, Texas. Happy Psychic Saturday, Mary.
Happy Psychic Saturday, Dax, and everyone out there. I hope it's going to be a great weekend for all of us. It's kind of cold
yes.
here in Amarillo. Are you chilly?
It's a little chilly here, too. I've got my my heavy hoodie on, and I'm sitting out on the patio. There's a slight breeze. Yeah, that's, we never put on the parka because it is the desert, but, it gets cold. Oh, my gosh, on the mountains, Oh, this is going to be such a fun show, and, I didn't even realize it till this morning, but today, this episode is our 650th episode of Psychic Talk Radio. Woo!
Wow. That's amazing.
Oh, my God. We're going to pop the cork. Pour a little champagne here.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers, everybody. 650 episodes of Psychic Talk Radio in just the last, couple of years we've been doing it. Of course, we've been on the air since 2010, but our new network is... it's not new anymore, but it's, newer within the last couple of years or so. And 650 episodes. I tried once in the past to, count up all the episodes between the first Tarot Today Radio in 2010, all the different networks, New Life Radio, Rainbow Psychics. We had Angelic Realms Radio. It's a few thousand episodes.
Wow.
Crazy, just crazy. Well, we got people calling in already. We got a fabulous topic today. We're going to talk to you about how to work with spiritual helpers in your tarot readings. And we're a live call-in show, so you can call in, and people are already doing that. Give us a ring at 714-816-4628. You can call in and talk about the topic. You can ask us questions about, everything. Numerology, tarot, Reiki, energy healing, crystals, angels, hypnosis, NLP, EFT, life coaching. I mean, you name it. We pretty much have it all covered between Mary and I. So we love those kind of questions, by the way. We don't get enough of those, Mary.
That's true. I love those kind of questions for sure. So I wanted to, I want to share my card of the day and tell you why. Because as you're talking about this, I just happened to look look it up in the guidebook because the deck's sitting here, and I'm just like whatever. And it really fits with the show topic, and I didn't realize that until just now.
Nice.
I drew the card from the Hero's Journey Dream Oracle. It's this beautiful deck by Kelly Sullivan Walden with deck artist Rasuli. And the card is Be the Bridge. Expand your consciousness to behold both worlds is the message on it. And really what it's talking about, I mean, listen to this. I'm just going to read the message out of the book. This is crazy. It says, it may feel that no one understands you or what you've gone through. But remember, the higher self in everyone you interact with is rooting for your awakening. You can't unfeel the radiance you felt in connection with your higher self. You can't unsee the glory. You can't unlearn the higher truths that you are now encoded within your soul. And though you may feel like a stranger in a strange land, it's up to you to stay alert and turn awakened moments into minutes, hours, days, and a way of life. That's how you become a bridge between the special world of spirit and the ordinary world. And isn't that wild? Because we're talking about doing readings using spiritual helpers, and this is talking about, being a bridge between that spiritual realm and the earth realm, essentially. And maybe that's even kind of what we're talking about today as readers. If we're working with spiritual helpers, aren't we sort of the bridge?
Well, I don't see any other way to look at it, really. Some people would refer to it as a channel, and that's what the channel. What a channel is. A channel is a bridge between, something of a spiritual nature. You could be channeling
the
angels.
Middleman.
Yeah, the middleman. Angels, archangels, ascendant masters, spirit guides, totems.
Crystal Devas.
I mean, it just goes on and on.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So did you get a card of the day, too?
Yeah, and it kind of fits, too. It kind of fits. Before I do that, though, real quick, I was thinking that, but we shouldn't, while we're thinking of ourselves as the bridge, when we're doing a reading for some, we shouldn't discount our own skills and abilities, because
absolutely.
We have to put the information together in a digestible form for the client.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking. I was actually inspired today. I did the card of the day, the numerology, like I do for the shows, and I was like, I haven't written up a card of the day in a long, long time. And I thought, hey, you know what? On the Tarot Guild website, thetarotguild.com, under articles, you'll find this. I decided I'm going to make a post, the Four of Cups card of the day, numerology for December 12th, 2020. So if you're listening live, you can follow along. You can go over to thetarotguild.com, click on articles. It's the first one. Click on the title of the article. That opens up the whole article. I don't like the way the website does that, but I don't know any way to fix it. But anyway, but I was inspired. I did an image of the Four of Cups here, and I was inspired to write this. I got to start doing these again because they're really fun. They're really fun, and it's a little unusual the way I do it because I also include the numerology. Sometimes I do them separate. Sometimes I blend it together. On the last show, that I'm thinking of, when you had Janet on and you were interviewing Janet, and you guys got into that bitching session about how you hate card of the day posts and stuff like that, and I'm like thinking to myself, wait a minute, but Mary and I do card of the day, and Mary does a card of the day every day, and you were like, you and Janet were like, well, yeah, but it's got to be oracle cards, the people that do tarot cards and try to map that out to everybody, and I completely understand that, but see, that's not how I do card of the day. I'm not doing it that way. I'm looking at issues. Like for instance, with this one, What I said for the Four of Cups, in the Waite Smith version of the card, a figure sits under a tree, and his legs and his arms are crossed. He contemplates a situation in his life, and his expression, along with his crossed arms and crossed legs, reveals that he's not happy with it. And before him are 3 cups. They're all upright. Unlike the 5 of Cups, none of them have fallen over, thus they still retain their content. Cups represent the element of water, emotions, and emotion is driving his current feelings and understanding of the situation here. The 3 of Cups can be seen as, the 3 cup can be seen as options, possibilities, none of which he's happy with. And meanwhile, a hand reaches out of a cloud and offers another cup to his right. This can be seen as God, the universe, his angels offering another option or solution to his problem. But he is too focused on the problem to see the solution. And it's interesting because I feel that ties in with the topic today, information and help constantly coming to us from the spiritual realm, you see. And so in the article here, I say, how are you too focused on the problem or the lack to see the solution? The answer is there, you're just not seeing it. And then it's the 4 of Cups. So 4 is the number of structure in numerology. It's analytical. It's about plans and foundations. It's time to move out of your emotions into a more analytical approach. How can you create distance, especially emotional distance, from the issue and start thinking outside the box? And then I did the numerology. Today's date, December 12th, 2020, 12/12/2020, adds up to 10. 1 + 0 is 1. 1's about self in numerology, and the day is the 12th. 1 + 2 is 3. 3 is creativity and communication. How can you tap into your creativity and or communication skills and solve the problem at hand? And so card of the day and my numerology of the day, it kind of, part of it there ties in with the topic. And also it's a great example of how I'm not doing predictive here, and I'm not trying to pull one card and it applies to everybody out there, but somebody is going to get help from this. Somebody's going to say, oh yeah, I'm not thinking outside the box. I'm too emotionally close to the situation. How can I step back? That kind of thing.
Well, can I clarify my position? The card of the day is,
I knew this was going to happen. I just knew this was going to happen. Go ahead.
Well, first of all, having Janet on my show was an absolute hoot. I had so much fun.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I think her and I are in agreement on that. Like you said, predictive thing. Like, here's your card for the day, everybody. There's your card for the day, And the way I do it, for whatever quirky, weird, unjustifiable reason I have, I can't do that with tarot cards. They're too, they're too sacred, or I'm too precious about it. It's superstition or something.
Oh, it's hard. It took some work to do that.
Well, look, I do it with Oracle cards because, one, I'm so in love with the artwork, and I want everybody to get a glimpse of all these different Oracle decks that I have and to see if they connect with the art, and then maybe they find a deck that they love as well, and it gives everybody an idea of the kind of messages. I'm so surprised, sometimes when there's, usually they resonate with me, like the one I talked about already resonating with the show title, which I didn't even realize till now, the show topic. But what you just did today with your card of the day post, I'm all for that because, oh my gosh, anybody who's like a tarot reader, they read that, you're not predicting like this is your card, but it gives them a lot to think about, and it's also very educational. Very educational. And you put your own unique stamp on it, with including the numerology and stuff. But, that was more like a really helpful educational card of the day. The way you did that, I'm all about that. The way
awesome.
Sharona
Thank you.
And Sharona Rapsick, our host of the Magic Universe, she does the coolest thing on the Tarot Guild website, Facebook group. If you haven't joined, people, you need to join our Tarot Guild our Tarot Guild website and our Facebook group. But she'll pick a card and she'll compare it with like that same 3 versions of the Sun card, and instead of saying like this, your day is going to be all about this, it's like saying like, who do you think did it better, and kind of comparing and contrasting, how that card is depicted in different decks. So I love that too.
Mm-hmm.
What I don't like, is the this is the card for everybody.
Ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to, as the Tarot Guild, I'm trying to educate, budding readers out there, and even old hands that just haven't looked at it this way, kind of thing. Another thing that Sharona does is she posts a picture, not a card, just a picture, and says, if this was a tarot card, what card would it be? And it's very educational.
I love that, yeah.
And sometimes 50 people will post on that post, what their ideas are. And, I'll post my idea, and then I read through everybody else's ideas, and I go, oh, I can see that now, kind of thing.
Yeah. I do the same thing. I don't post all of them. I'm trying to not spend all my time on Facebook lately, but I'm doing kind of okay with that. But yeah, I love that because it's like it makes you think. It expands your concept of the cards. So yeah, those things I think are one. If they're if they're creative and they're fun and you can get involved with it instead of somebody just saying like, here you go, you're stuck with that all day.
I'd like to see more of that Tarot Guild website, thetarotguild.com. In fact, I'd like to get Sharona and all of us, posting this stuff under the articles, and then sharing that link on the Facebook, so that so you're not doing multiple posts. You just do your one thing, but then you can share it out on Twitter and Facebook with a click, and it's that's what I'd like to see us start doing. Maybe that's something for 2021. I don't know. We'll have to have a conference call or something, and it's like, hey, how can we make this, available to everybody? Because what I like about our website, thetarotguild.com, it's a lot like Facebook. It has all the same features, but it's not Facebook. It doesn't have the negative stuff. It's all tarot all the time. Yes. Oh, and I should tell everybody.
No.
Yeah, I mean,
how do we get there?
Yeah. So I should mention today's show is sponsored by the Tarot Guild, and it's the international organization for tarot lovers, students, and professional readers since 2004. And as I've been mentioning, thetarotguild.com is the site. Come over. You can click the sign-up button at the top there and join for free. And you get your own profile, and you can message each other. You can friend each other, do status updates, all kinds of really cool stuff there. We do have a premium membership as well, which includes your certified tarot reader certification. You get your membership certificate and a ton of extra benefits. And so go over to thetarotguild.com, look for the holiday sale. It's right in the middle there, and click on holiday sale. It'll take you there. Oh my God, we have the membership on sale, my courses on sale, and I have my readings on sale as well. $30 off. It's normally $97. I'm doing $67 right now. And, I did want to mention, because people were asking, the normal rate to join the premium membership is $78 for the year, $78, the number of cards in the tarot deck, and we have it on sale for $67. But they say, well, do you pay $78 each year? And no, it's just that first year. Your renewals are only $39, and I give you a code for that, and you can go in and renew your membership. So I just want to let everybody know about that. The other thing I wanted to let everybody know real quick is we got gift certificates available now for all of that. So you can give the gift of tarot. What a great idea, especially in a lot of people are not being able to go see their relatives, Mary, and exchange gifts and physical gifts. Do a digital gift, give the gift of tarot to someone, and I can send you something you can print out the certificate and put it in a card and mail it, or you can send it to them in an email or on Messenger or something like that, a pretty gift certificate there. And you can gift them a private reading, or maybe they're interested in tarot and numerology and they want to learn, you can gift them my course. Or maybe they're a professional reader, you could gift them their certification and membership to the Tarot Guild. Your favorite tarot reader out there, give them that gift. So, really cool stuff you can do. Give the gift of tarot this year. We got a lot of cool stuff. Before we get into the topic, a lot of people are taking advantage of this. In fact, do you remember John Rose from like the beginning of our online presence?
John
he used to
Rose.
teach.
John Rose.
He used to do radio shows with us as a guest, and also he would teach classes about the historical decks and also how to read Lenormand and things like that.
I was thinking
about 2010, 2011. About 2011.
I was thinking of John. What? I don't know why I was thinking of John Allen. Wasn't there somebody named John Allen that did that?
That's him. That's him. Yeah.
Oh.
His
he's
alter
fantastic.
ego. Yeah, his tarot name that he uses is John Rose. It's John Allen. Yeah. So
he's wonderful.
He messaged me the other day, and he joined the Tarot Guild, and he joined the premium membership. And
wow! Yay!
He was in the endorsed readers program way back when, and I'm going to send him his certificates again. So he has his certificates.
Yeah.
We also have a new member, Corby Mitlead, and I was on a Skype call for her test reading for Certified Tarot Reader the other day, and oh my God, she is like a hoot. She reminds me of Janice. She's a no-nonsense tarot reader from Jersey, originally from Pennsylvania. I think she lives in Jersey now. And, oh, my God, what fun I had with her. We're going to have her as a guest in January, and she's going to come on. And you can go over to her website and check it out. She's got like 3 books out there. It's CorbyMitlead.com, so it's CorbyMitleid.com, and I'm going to grab that right now, and I'm going to stick it into our chat post here for everybody, so you can go over and check out her website. She's just amazing. She did a reading for me for the test, but it was a great reading. Holy cow! I can't wait to talk to her on the radio show. You're going to love her, and she sent me and you too, Mary, a copy of a couple of her books.
I saw that. I haven't read them yet, but I have a lot of reading.
Me neither.
But
I haven't had
awesome.
a chance. Yeah, I'm gonna see if we can. After her initial interview in January, I'm gonna see if she can come back in a couple of months and do like do episodes on each of the books, because they're fascinating and they're very helpful for tarot readers as well as people that want to get a reading. Fantastic stuff.
Awesome.
Yep. And so check that out. And John's going to be doing stuff on the website, and we'll have to get him on a show.
Oh, we've got to have him on. Oh my gosh, he's so cool and so much fun and so knowledgeable, especially when it comes to those, like reading with the Marseille deck. Because I remember I just thought of him as the Marseille expert, because he just knew so much, not just about the deck, but about, different ways to read with them. And I still use some of his methods. Blew my mind. So excited he's back.
Yeah, it's great stuff. So, folks, we're going to do this real quick here, but call in now. This is the time to call in and get your spot in the caller queue. 714-816-4628. Also, in the beginning of the show, I forgot to mention that we do have a chat post for each show. All you do is open a new tab in your browser, type in psychictalk.net/chat. That's psychictalk.net/chat. That'll take you right over to our chat post on the Psychic Talk Radio Facebook group. Just get into that post post, you go to the below the post there, the comments, and we just use that as a chat room. And I know Charlotte's in there, and
we already have a
be
question from Charlotte.
Oh, nice. So we'll get to that right after the topic. What do we want to say about spiritual helpers in your tarot readings? We already did say a bunch about it, but
yeah,
what else?
Well, the number one thing to me is to not be afraid to ask for help. If you feel connection to angels, ascended masters, crystal devas, unicorns, Pegasus, fairies, whatever, whatever, dragons. If you feel a connection to that, you feel a connection to them as your guides, as they're your spiritual helpers anyway. Everybody has a guardian angel, by the way. Don't be afraid to ask for help with this. I do that every day. Every day that I'm doing tarot, I'm asking for help. And, it's really simple. And one of them is just, here's how I ask. I'll share this. I'll be revealing here. This is how I ask my guardian angel for help. She has a name. We don't have to talk about that. But I asked, it appears to be a she, but I won't get into that. But basically, I just say, guardian angel, blah, blah, blah. I ask that you help me with my readings tonight, because I usually work at night. Help me to provide helpful and accurate advice for those who ask me for my help. Thank you for any help you can give me with this. And then, if you're a religious person, you might say, amen, thank you, Jesus, whatever you say, or, whatever. Thanks, God. I don't know what people do. Everybody's different. It doesn't matter if you're different, at all. Be the bridge. So, but that's the thing. It's as simple as asking for help and then being open to accept that help. And how does that help turn out? How does that work? We're all very different. For me, I feel like I'm getting help from my guides during a reading when I get a clairaudient message, or if I get a clairvoyant message, if I get a visual while I'm doing a reading for someone that isn't connected to the cards or anything. I feel like, okay, I'm supposed to share that. When I hear something in my ear during a reading, I'm supposed to share that. So, but you don't have to be psychic to use, spiritual helpers in your readings. It was funny, Dex, you and I were talking before the show, and you're like, what about crystals? You probably have crystals out. And I started counting. I'm like, I have 30 crystals with me right now, not counting the ones I'm wearing, because I like to do a grid, which is just, I don't recommend that for anybody. Again, it's all going to be a personal thing. One way to have crystal helpers is to lay out a grid that's going to, with the intention that this is going to help me have clarity and be able to give, truly helpful and
the crystal grids, yeah.
Messages to people. So you can work with the crystal helpers in that way. You might hold a crystal. You might wear a crystal. You might do all of these things, which is what I do. And angels, you just ask for them. Fairies, I think you have to have an agreement with the fairies when it comes to getting their help with tarot readings. If you have that sort of, relationship, then great. Unicorns, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. I know people that swear that, every reading they do is their guides doing it, or their angels doing it, or their dragon in some cases doing it. And okay, but like you were saying, Dax, we got to take responsibilities for the readings that we do. We can't discount our own skills and knowledge and all the work that we put into learning how to read tarot specifically. We're talking about tarot specifically. It's like you're the interpreter. You are, the person giving the reading. If you have additional information like your card of the day, be open to that information and that help and guidance coming in. But still, they're not going to they're not calling you necessarily to talk to Saint Germain. They're calling you to get a reading from you.
Exactly.
Be responsible for your readings in that way, but also don't be afraid to use your guidance that's available to you. So that's kind of my take on it,
Mhm.
in a nutshell.
I agree with all of that, and a lot of us, maybe most of us, are doing distance readings, Skype, Zoom, things like that. And you can set up your sacred space, around your computer screen, and for some that might be lighting candles. For some, it's going to be the crystals. For some, it's going to be all the above, by the way. If you're working with angels, you might have a statue of an angel. If it's Saint Germain, you might have a picture of Saint Germain or a statue of Saint Germain. Whoever it is you think you're working with, you can have some physical representation of them there in your sacred space with your computer and your cards, but it's for you. It's not for the client, They're not even going to see it unless you're holding it up in front of the camera. They're not going to see it, It's there for you. I have mixed thoughts on all. I've always had mixed thoughts on all of this stuff. Now, your purple dragon Fred, that's feeding you information. If he really likes tarot cards and he wants to speak through the cards, fine. But I feel, well, wait, why do you need the tarot cards at all if you're using an Ascendant Master, the angels, and you don't? And in fact, if you talk to some of these people, you don't. But if that's how you work and that's what you want to do, that's fine too. The way I look at it, this is how I work. And, I don't request information from a particular entity or call anything in, angels, spirit guides, or Ascendant Masters or anything else. The way I look at it is the collective consciousness. I'm a hypnotherapist, so it's all about the mind and consciousness and everything with me. So I look at it like this. The collective consciousness, all the information you need is there, and the collective consciousness, if you want to call it spirit, if you want to call it angels, if you want to call it God, if you want to call it the universe, I just call it collective consciousness, speaks through the cards. All the information I'm getting is that way. It's all coming in, and then my job as the reader is to look at that and interpret it, put it in a form that's digestible by the client. So that's what I mean by not discounting your own intuitive abilities, your own skills with, managing the information, So that's how I look at it.
Yeah. I think that there's no one way to approach this, and that however we do it is fine, and when it comes to this. And I think, it's like, for some people, they're not going to even think about any of this. They're just going to focus on, the cards and their knowledge and interpreting them, and there's nothing wrong with that either. It's just that, there's just so much variety in the way that we can approach readings, and don't be afraid to use your guides, your angels, your helpers, whatever you dragon, whatever it is, It's all good.
I was born in the year of the dragon, and I have a great affinity for dragons. I'm thinking I might need to get one.
You might
help me out.
You might have one, and look, there's a lot of people. There's a lot of information available on working with dragon spirit energy. Diana Cooper is one person whose approach I think is really terrific with that. But there's a lot of approaches when it comes to working with dragon spirit energy. So you never know. Your dragon spirit may be listening right now, Dax, saying like, collective consciousness, you better include me in there.
Well, if you feel a little heat on the back of your neck.
Exactly. I love that.
Oh wow. Well, the people are definitely calling in. I see a bunch of people that are just listening. So I think I forgot to mention out there, if you call in, make sure you press 1 on your dial pad if you want to talk to Mary and I. So dial in at 714-816-4628. Press 1 on your dial pad, and that'll put you up into the caller queue, lets us know you want to be live on air with calls in the order that they came in. Yeah, so if you've dialed in and you didn't press 1 now. If you're just listening, don't press 1. There you go. 714-816-4628. We're a little past the bottom of the hour. Do you want to do the upcoming shows on the network, and then we'll take some calls?
Absolutely. So what do we have coming up on the Psychic Talk Radio Network this week? Well, our next show is actually tomorrow. It's going to be Sharona Rapsick as the host of the Magic Universe. She's going to be doing open lines where she'll be doing angel Reiki and free tarot readings all show long. And then after that, on Monday, 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern, the time of all of our shows, Monday's the Wisdom of the Soul show with your host, Janice Fuchs. And that'll be followed by Wednesday, December 16th, same time, 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern, the Compassionate Light Healing and Guidance Hour with host Catherine Hahn. And she's still doing her December, because it's still December, series of episodes of 2020 Reflections. And Friday, Dax will be back with the Doctors Are In show with his co-host. He has a special co-host, actually, this week, Charlotte Kornberg. Yay! They're going to be doing open lines, life coaching, tarot mini readings, and they're going to see what has Charlotte been up to, catching up with Charlotte. And then Dax and I will be back on the 19th for our Psychic Spin episode of the Tarot Today show. And we're going to be asking the tarot about Santa and the elves, plus doing open lines and tarot mini readings, and those are the shows coming up this week on the Psychic Talk Radio Network. You can find those quite easily by going to psychictalk.net/upcoming. Back to you, Dad.
Awesome. Back to you. I can't wait to hang out with Charlotte. I mean, she's called in here and there to, a Friday show or a Saturday show, but she used to do every Wednesday with me. And
yeah, she's fun.
She's been off the network for a while now, but she's wanting to get her feet wet again, and Dr. Rose had to grade the papers for the classes that are ending, before the holiday break and everything at the college. And so she's like, I'm going to be too busy, can we cancel Friday? I said, Friday 18th. I said, well, we can cancel it, or I can try to get to my head, Charlotte. We were already talking about her coming on as a guest co-host with Rose and I. So it's like perfect opportunity. We can catch up with Charlotte and do some mini. I said, dust off your Oracle and Tarot decks. And
awesome.
Yeah, and she's got a question actually in the chat. Before we go to that, though, I think we should take a call first.
Yes.
Gosh, who's been waiting the longest? It looks like area code 205. Caller, are you there?
Hi, I am here. How are you?
Great.
How
What's
are
your
you?
name? Where are you calling from?
My name is Patricia. I'm calling from Alabama.
Alabama.
Awesome.
Bama, roll tide, right? Isn't that the Alabama thing?
Yes, that is
I love
the
it.
thing. Yes, thank you both for taking my call. And my question is about an ex that I was with in a long-term relationship 3 years ago. His name is Reginald. And we ended that relationship. I walked away from that relationship 3 years ago. But every so many months since I walked away from that relationship, he called, and I'm sorry, he doesn't call, he texts every 2 to 3 months. He texts. I tried a friendship with him a year ago, but that didn't work because he wanted to control that. So I just want to know what is it that he wants from me? I just don't understand. I forgave him, and I expressed that 3 years ago, and then maybe I've expressed it since then. But I just want to know why he won't just move on.
That's the $1 million question, isn't it? 3 years you've been broken up, and every couple months he's like on the regular with that, huh?
Yeah, he texts. He just, he'll say things like, "Hey, just checking up on you. How are you doing?" And then this last, but recently, about 3 weeks ago, he really just broke down. He started off with the same thing, "Hey, how are you doing?" And then it went into, "I'm really, really sorry." It's just on and on and on, and I just I don't respond back to him. At one point, I even blocked him, but I lost my phone. I've lost a couple of phones, and every time I think he's gone, then he's back again. So I just don't. What is
like
what
that
is this
cat.
pick up?
Right.
We should really be asking. We should really be asking the tarot cards, why does Patricia keep losing her phone?
Right. I was concerned about that, but that could be something connected, It's like maybe if I lose my phone, I won't hear from him.
Well,
yeah.
I'm getting, Patricia, I'm getting a lot of cup cards, a lot of emotion cards here, and so that's what's really driving this. And the central focus card is the Seven of Cups. He lives in some fantasy and illusion around this whole thing. Okay. And then I got the Eight of Pentacles, which is talking about the profitable use of one's skills, talents. It's work. Basically, the guy's working on his craft or what have you. And he kind of his focus keeps shifting. It'll shift back to work, and he's focused on that. And then Patricia. It's again the fantasy and the illusion. He's holding out hope. The Star card shows up. He's holding out hope here. He wants his dreams to come true. There's a mixture of like the Page of Cups and the Nine of Cups. So like the Nine of Cups being, especially on an emotional level, your dreams come true. And the Page of Cups is kind of like that romantic dreamer, kind of thing going on there. And, I just feel he's stuck in this like cycle of illusion and fantasy and holding out hope and that's what I'm getting. What about you, Mary?
It's interesting. I'm like, okay, so with 5 cards here and a couple cups, a couple swords, and it's kind of interesting because I have a couple threes and a couple ones. So, I'm just
that's
looking at like kind
numbers.
of the isn't that weird? It's like this duality thing going on. But my question to you is, in the relationship when you were together, and the other thing is like, it's been 3 years you've been broken up, so I'm getting all these threes. But when you guys were together, do you feel like you played like a nurturing role? Do you feel like did he have that sort of thing where like you're the one who had to kind of like not like take care, like it's a maternal almost thing?
Yes,
with the Empress card showing up.
He was very needy. So I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's the thing. You know, we do see love with the Ace of Cups and the Three of Cups. That Empress at the end, though, I feel it's like saying like this is it. He has an attachment on a couple levels to her. You know, he's looking for that nurturing that has been missing. I have the Ace of Swords, I have the Four of Swords. You know, that's our swords energy. So I feel like it's conscious. It's not like, you know, he's doing it by accident. And he seems to think with the Four of Swords overlooking everything and saying, like, here's the thing. You ended the relationship, but he seems to think it's just been on pause. You know?
Oh, my God.
Like, that's the problem, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then, you know, but it is, I would say, yeah, it's an attachment on a couple different levels with him, and that, you know, it is going to, I don't think it's going to stop until, like, you somehow find a way to just let him know, I don't want to hear from you, if that's how you feel.
Exactly.
Yeah, I've done this. I've
You've done
threatened to, I've threatened, look, hey, I have these texts. If you don't leave me alone, this is harassment. I'm going to file, charges.
You've gone all out.
I've threatened him on multiples, and he will back off, and he'll wait for months to pass, and then he'll come back, and he'll start up, hey, I just want to say hello. You don't have to worry about me. I'm not looking for a reply. Don't worry. I'm not going to text anymore. Just to wait about a month or a month and a half and text again. And I've never experienced, we were together for 5 years, and we were 6 months away from getting married. And I went over to his home. We were living in separate homes before the marriage. And I got out of school at night and went over to his home, and he had a female there.
Oh.
He had a woman. Yeah, so I walked out, and I never did go back. I just walked out of his life. He lost everything, that we had, and I never went back. But we did sit and have a talk 6 months later, and I just told him, hey, it's over. I don't trust you. I'll never trust you again. You're not a bad person, but this is just it, So you go your way, I'll go mine. No ill will. God bless. Take care. And that's how I walked out. I guess, I told he didn't even tell his family. He didn't tell his family that the wedding was off. I had to tell him.
Oh, boy.
I told mine. Yeah, he just thought, we can work this out. No, we can't. We can't work this out.
That's that fantasy Dax was talking about. That fantasy.
I'm sorry, I didn't want to break in
go
there,
ahead.
but I pull more cards. I just got to get this out so we can wrap this up, and we got other callers, of course, to move on to.
Thank you.
And I pulled 4 more cards. You got the 4 of Swords, remember, Mary, and it's all that 4 energy there. I got the 4 of Pentacles, the 4 of Cups, which is the card of the day, the 3 of Swords, the World card. So all these 4s, 4 is structure. It's also can be seen as boundaries. The World card with the 3 of Swords together, the World card is completion, and together with the 3 of Swords, for you, this is over, okay? But 4 of Pentacles, he's holding on, okay? And then the 4 of Cups, just like I described in the beginning of the show, the universe is offering the answer, and you're just not seeing it. Okay, it's about thinking outside of the box. None of this, and by the way, I do have a little feeling coming through that the 4 of Pentacles is multi-layered. With him, it's conscious, and with you, it's subconscious. Like, you're done, but subconsciously the tether's still there. Subconsciously, on some level, you're still putting out to the universe otherwise this energy. Otherwise, he wouldn't be coming back. Okay, so you got to shift that energy and put that out. And for me, the answer is that he occasionally sends you these communications. Don't respond. Just don't respond, because you're continuing the cycle.
Yeah, I don't respond. I don't respond to any of. Yeah.
Did you?
And this is the big thing. Let me just get this out. Okay, is that it has nothing to do with him. Yeah, people want to lay it on, this guy, this thing, this job, this coworker, this boss. It's not them. It's how we respond to them. How we react to it. You have a choice. Your phone buzzes, you pick it up. It's a text from him. You can click on it, look at it, and have a certain reaction, feeling about that. Or you could pick it up, see the text, don't even open it, put the phone back down. It's how you are responding to it. We only have control over what we do. We don't have control over what were you going to say, Mary?
Well, it's just real quick, and it kind of follows along with what Dax is saying. What stands out to me is the idea of making idle threats, because it sounds like you've threatened to, make a complaint about him, that kind of thing, but it doesn't sound like you followed through. So he gets that you're not going to follow through, and so it's almost like saying, yeah, she doesn't really mean that, so okay, I'm going to try again. Maybe she's in a better mood this time. So if there's a way to, not threaten things that you're not going to do, but actually, follow through on something if you feel like it's gotten to that point of harassment, that you do stand up for yourself in that way that has some there's some weight behind it. Somebody making a complaint against you is got some real weight behind that threat. It's like, I told you not to, you ignored my wishes, I feel harassed, and I'm taking steps now.
And so that inaction is an action. Inaction is an action. The inaction is your response to it. Instead of making an actual complaint, you're not doing that. Your inaction is your response. Well, we got to move on, Patricia. I really hope this helped you out.
Thank you both. It did. It helped me out a lot. Thank you.
Thanks so much for calling.
Give us a ring back. Let know what happened.
I sure will. God bless. Merry Christmas. Thanks again. I'd like
Happy
to
holidays.
remain on the line and listen. Thank you.
Enjoy the rest.
Same to you.
I'll put you back on hold so you can listen to the rest of the show and enjoy the rest of your weekend there. So this is the time, folks. If you're going to call in, it better be now, 714-816-4628. And if you're already in the caller queue and you want to chat with us, press 1 on your dial pad. What were we getting from in the chat post, psychictalk.net/chat? What were we getting from Charlotte?
She says, there has been a large energy dip for me in the last few days. I don't like it. I'd love to know when it's going to pick back up again. I'm wondering if it has anything to do with the sunspots or whatever they're called. The electromagnetic flares on the sun that happened recently. I think that's hard to say. I'm not hearing widespread, people feeling that way, and that to me would be more like a not a dip, but more like a pulse kind of feeling, and also, having the energy grids affected, that kind of stuff. So I don't think that that's the cause of it, but we could draw some cards on that for Charlotte. What's dipping her energy?
Yeah. It's your turn to go first, Mary. So what are you getting?
What am I getting? Well, I'm going to know what I'm getting as soon as I shuffle the cards. What's up with Charlotte's energy dip? Okay, let's see. What is going on with Charlotte's energy dip? Charlotte, are you tired? The first thing I get is that Four of Swords. And, it comes right before the Strength card. So, yeah, I think it's going to return for you. Charlotte, here's the really weird thing. Three of Swords in the past position leading to the Four of Swords. If you went through anything that was, it caused some mental anguish, we could say, experiencing divisions with other people, we could say, about the Three of Swords, Three swords right through the heart. It's not a pretty picture, but it's in the past. So maybe we expended a lot of energy mentally, emotionally in dealing with something that could have been during the holidays, maybe about 3 weeks ago. And now we've got this sort of thing where we need to kind of get it back together. We need to rejuvenate. We got two court cards here, the King of Swords and the Queen of Pentacles. I don't know if Charlotte's an earth sign or not. That Queen of Pentacles could be talking about her. But, it feels like, it's kind of talking about like maybe interactions or connections to other people has had that effect. Sometimes we can try and really work hard to not let what's going on outside of us affect us. And we don't sometimes realize how much energy that takes to not be affected. We're expending energy. It's an active thing that we're doing. But Strength card in the outcome position, now to me, that's a healthy pick back up of energy. I would give yourself a little more time. I would just give yourself a little more time. Maybe, over the next month, this might be picking up after the holidays for you, or it could be as short as you need to just rest, give yourself a few days off there. Let's see what Dax is getting.
Yes, listen to our show from yesterday. Actually, I think Charlotte was there listening to the show. Remember, one of the things, know when to take a break, was one of the 21 ways to make 2021 great. Follow those steps, and that's going to help a lot with this. Been talking to Charlotte a lot, and of course, she's going to come on and be the guest co-host, and she felt a shift in energy, and moving back towards the crystal business and seeing clients and things like that, and it's growth. It's really great. In fact, the first card I get is the Empress, which is about growth and fruitfulness and so forth. But any kind of growth requires energy. And so you're going to get these lulls unless you keep your energy up, which, by the way, that was one of the 21 ways. Remember self-care from yesterday's show. Remember your self-care, and that's actually going to come up at the end here when I talk about the Hierophant. But right after that's the Two of Pentacles. It's this balancing act again. Where is your focus? And we talked about that in the 21 ways. Focusing on what your goal is, knowing what the goal is, writing down what you need for the goal to happen, plan, following the plan. Everybody listen. If you haven't listened to yesterday's show, you got to listen to yesterday's show. It was fantastic. Lots of great information there. The central focus card is actually the Six of Pentacles, which initially on face value seems a little bit odd. It's a card of repayment and sharing, generosity, good fortune, loans, and charity and giving and receiving, your investments coming through, that kind of thing, karma, getting what you deserve, And I really think this is talking about Charlotte's goals for 2021. And that she's drawing this in. But where's the focus? You got to have the which is the very next card, the three of Wands. Okay, fruitful partnerships, and looking to the horizon, keeping your eye on the goal, waiting for the ship to come in, which goes hand in hand with the Six of Pentacles here. That's what you really got to do, Charlotte. You got to focus in on that. You quash the negative by enhancing the positive. And leads to the very last card, which is the Hierophant. And by the way, 3 of Wands, 3 was the numerology of the day, using your creativity and communication skills, which you're going to be doing next Friday when you're on the air with me. And, the Hierophant's about ritual and routine and, religious guidance and authority, academic preparation, knowledge, wisdom, all that kind of thing. So it's a multi-layered thing going on with this last card here, Charlotte. It's talking about, education, taking more courses, or the courses you already have, go through them again. And that's another way of increasing your focus on your actual goal, which is, the crystal business, doing readings, that kind of thing, all right? And then ritual, setting up a ritual, practicing every day, doing readings, a meditation practice, or some other kind of self-care practice on a daily basis, getting into a ritual. Remember, the last way of the 21 ways, number 21 was, get up early, get up, by 7 a.m., earlier if you can, get an early start, plan things out. And I really think if you, tool and routine with self-care, and it may involve your crystals, it may involve meditation, Reiki, a lot of different areas like that. It's going to help you maintain the energy level you're going to need for this growth, taking us all the way back to the Empress. Because you're really at the precipice here. You're, one door's closing, another door's opening. You're completing one cycle and you're starting another. In fact, on Friday's show, we should do your numerology. We should do your personal year number for 2021 and 2020 also, and see how the energy is changing as you're going from one cycle to the next. But in general, there's an opportunity here. And so this energy lull that you're feeling, I really feel that's what it has to do with, is this growth. Growth requires energy, and you need the self-care. Remember the self-care, and also maintaining the focus. Don't let your focus slip on to the lack, which might be represented by the Two of Pentacles, kind of balancing things. And that's what I'm getting.
And Charlotte, energy dip, and you've got a ton of crystals around you. What you doing, girl? Get out your rocks. Put some rose quartz and malachite on the heart chakra. You want a little energy boost, just lay down and surround yourself with amethyst. Use your stones. This is like the thing that they are so great at is energetic healing. That's all I'm going to say.
Oh, yes. Yep. And by the way, in the chat at psychictalk.net/chat, she's saying that, this is resonating very strongly with me. So, yeah, we hit the nail on the head there, Mary. Awesome sauce.
Awesome.
Yay. So I think we have time for maybe one more call, and if we don't get to your calls today, hey, Sharona's going to be on tomorrow. It's going to be great. She'll be taking calls. It's open lines all show long. That's all she's going to be doing, is taking your calls, and you can get some angel Reiki and some Charlotte, call in tomorrow and get some angel Reiki. Tarot readings and oracle readings and all the other stuff that Sharona does. She'll be taking your calls on tomorrow's show on Sunday. Same bat time, same bat channel, 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern. And so if we don't get your call today, write down the number, 714-816-4628. It's good for all of our shows all week long. Let's see. We'll take the next call that's been waiting the longest. It looks like area code 520.
Oh, thank you, Dax. God.
Is that you,
I
Lisa?
was one of the, I was one of the first callers,
Hi,
for
Lisa.
sure, and then I realized I hadn't pushed one, so I pushed one, and that probably put me on at the bottom of the list, but God's smiling. I'm having a horrible time right now. My dog was euthanized yesterday after 14 years, and I'm sorry for crying. It comes and
That's
it
okay.
goes. And I'm wondering if things are going to get better, Dax. I know they are. I mean, I'm trying to leave a couple of decade-old relationship. I'm trying to get the ducks in order. And I have a good nurse practitioner now. Thank you for talking to me about that. And things just don't look bright at this moment. I guess it's self-pity, and I just want to sell something, a property, so I can get out of here. I took my dog in to be dewormed, and the vet said, no, she needs to be euthanized. And so
that's
I've
always
had her
really
since
hard.
she was 6 weeks old.
Oh, wow.
Excuse me. Excuse me. I'm trying to pull myself together. It's new. I'll get through it. It's okay. We all do, right? Everything dies.
Mm-hmm.
Passes on to the next realm. And, I just bought a carpet, shampooer to clean up her mess. It was made for dogs. I bought a vacuum not too long ago. The vacuum's for dogs. I mean, everything is all about her. And so, anyway, it is what it is. You roll with it.
Well, we're glad you called in. I mean, that's the best medicine is, talking about it, really, getting it out.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm eating garbage right now. I went to the farmer's market. I always turn down the Vietnamese lady. I said, no, I'm eating healthy. And I just went to her and I said, I'll buy your egg rolls because I'm eating garbage right now.
I love egg rolls, and I think of it as comfort food. That's what you need right now. Don't worry about the diet.
Yeah.
You can cheat a little bit there. Enjoy. Make yourself feel better.
Thank you. Thank you, Dad.
Mary, food medicine.
Food, absolutely. I mean, it does matter. And we need. Dex, said comfort food, and look, you're grieving, and it's not just the dog. It's happening on a lot of levels. The all those big changes, the relationship, what you want to do with the house, and then losing your dog right now is just like the straw that breaks the camel's back, right? So you've got to be gentle with yourself. You got to allow yourself to go through the process of change. We talk about it all the time. And change, we should never guess that it's going to be easy to do, but already, you are making positive steps. You're making those positive changes, and just really, what Dex can give you some great advice on self-care. They just did that show. What was it, yesterday, Dex? Where it was like all those different ways to help
21 ways to make 2021 a great year. Absolutely. And I pulled a couple of cards. I just wanted to let you know that the tarot does have some really good advice here. So like the main focus is the Eight of Pentacles, which actually we got for the very last caller. And looking at it at face value, it could say, bury yourself in your work because it's a card of work. What it's actually saying is it's saying do what you can do. In other words, when these kind of tragedies and things happen that are out of our control, the best thing to do is do what you can do, as opposed to worrying about what you can do nothing about. All right?
Yeah.
And then the nostalgia card shows up, the Six of Cups, which, of course, is talking about, the relationship with your dog that's passed, but also, you mentioned before about clearing some things out. And, as we come to the end of the year, we're about to start another new year, you're doing the right thing, clearing out these relationships that no longer serve you and so forth.
Yeah.
And then we end up at the Ten of Cups. There's that, sunshine coming through again, with the rainbow, successful, happy. If you could do this, this too shall pass, and you're going to be able to get back to that point again where you're happy again with the Ten of Cups.
Oh.
Yeah. So right now, focus
I'm
on what
sorry.
you can do.
Okay, I just tell you about an epiphany I had over a weird dream that I keep having, and I was telling people, I don't know why I dream this. First off, I'm Caucasian, and I dream a lot about black people, like older black women surrounding me and hugging me and massaging my neck as I'm sitting down on a couch and we're in a room. The last dream I had, I was in a house. There were a group of Mexican men that only spoke Spanish, and then there was a black lady in there that was sewing some cute chiffon weird design for another woman and giving her to her to try on. And I was in the house trying to fix the pipes in the kitchen. Do you know what my goal is? And it just occurred to me, the epiphany occurred to me yesterday, I think, that dream might have something to do with one of my future goals, is to leave here, relocate 5.5 hours away where my 5-year-old grandson is. He's the son of my son who's in heaven. And that little kid means a lot to me. But I thought I would buy a duplex and rent out one part of it. And then I thought, maybe I'm not going to buy a duplex. Maybe I'm going to buy a boarding house or something and have an eclectic group of people that will become like an extended family, and the pipes will be breaking, and I'll try to fix them. Funny. It's kind of funny.
That's
beautiful.
I don't know.
It's a weird. Life takes turns, and
life
I
does
just thought my
take really weird
dog
turns.
would go with me, but it's okay. I'll get through it. And I'm sorry to lay this on you guys. You're so happy and upbeat.
No.
Thank you so much.
Oh, it's part of life, right? It's the laughter and the tears, and that you thought your dog would be with you. Your dog's going to be with you in spirit, and that
I feel
is one way to look at it, and it's something that I truly believe, but I understand the pain of that. What is so funny is I pulled a couple cards, and one of this deck that I'm using is based on, ideas from around the world. It's a Tarot of the Divine, and the Empress card shows up, and that's actually a picture of Our Lady of Guadalupe. So when you were talking about seeing all the Mexican people in your dreams, I'm like, oh my gosh, well, I'm looking at the Lady of Guadalupe right here, So
oh my God, I love it.
It's that nurturing part of you that aches, and, wanting to be near, the little ones, and wanting to have that extended family, and the caretaking, and the idea of fixing the pipes and all of that. Well, look, it's like it's going to get fixed, and you can think of fixing those pipes in your dream as sort of a metaphor for kind of all the things that you're going through. It's like slowly but surely it gets done, and then everything's going to run again, smoothly. So take care of you in the meantime. Maybe there's, something you can do to help find closure or a way to honor the memory of your doggie, maybe, take your doggie's collar or its favorite toy with you, or put it in a special place, something like that, so you can take it with you in that way, and you'll always have the the memory of your wonderful times together and that spiritual energy too.
Thank you so much. You both are very kind, and I feel like this is a sacred space right now, and it feels very holy to be speaking with you all and with you both. And thank you for holding the space.
Absolutely. You take care of yourself, and you call us and let us know how you're doing, okay?
Thank you both. Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye, Lisa. Oh, wow. But, that's what we're here for. So.
Yeah. That is absolutely.
Yeah, y'all don't have to apologize for calling in and venting because, hey, that's what we're here for. It's open lines and mini readings, and that's what it's about,
Absolutely. And it's an honor to be able to do that, to be able to connect with Lisa and all our listeners and everybody in the chat room. And it's wonderful.
And it was a great show. Great show. I had a lot of fun. Got a lot of great information out.
Me too.
Awesome
yes.
sauce. Oh, so we'll be back next week. Psychic Spin,
With
right?
Psychic Spin. Woo, yeah. What about Santa and the elves? What's up with that?
Yeah.
We're going to ask the tarot. I don't think anybody's ever done that.
I don't think anybody's ever done that. What's up with Santa?
We're going to do it.
Hey, what's up with these elves,
Especially, right? Seriously, we need some clarity on this.
Mhm. And it's a great, topic to end the year on, and we'll be off for. I know you're going to come on with your "There's a Rock" for that show, but you and I, Tarot Today show, we'll be off for a couple of weeks, and same thing with the Friday show. Dr. Rose and I are going to take a break because Christmas falls on Friday, New Year's falls on Friday. So we're taking those two off, But I'm excited to come back next week with you. And next Friday, I'm excited. The next time I'll be on the radio will be next Friday with Charlotte. It's going to be fun.
Yeah.
I hope you all will call in and chat with us. Yep. So 650 episodes.
Woo!
Wow. Awesome sauce.
Amazing.
Thanks to all of our listeners, especially those that have been with us for 650 episodes.
Yes. It's wild. Well, bye, everybody.
Right.
Have a
bye,
great
everyone.
weekend.
Bye, Mary.
Dax. Bye, Dax.
Yeah, you too. Bye, everybody. Good night, Mary Ellen.
Good night, Joshua.